mathematics and in thinking of multiple things at the same time, like chess.
Yep.
And I can pull together these things and then kind of reflect back theories to people relatively quickly and say, well, can you test this? Can you check that?
Yep.
And then I want people to go out there and start saying, well, we found this. And I said, well, what does that mean? I said, well, let me think on it. And I might go back and pray or whatever, or study. And just like this aha moment after years, it happened on Monday. I said, oh, my gosh, this is what's happening. And this explains the very specific things we can watch that'll tell us what's likely to trigger off the superquakes, the tsunamis, the magnetosphere collapse, the ozone hole, so that the oceans, 1/3 of the oceans would die, which means a sector of the Earth, like the Pacific Ocean, could be hit by a giant ozone hole. For example, I'm not predicting that. Or a 1/3 of the trees, which means 1/3 of the Earth is exposed to a solar mass ejection, bathed with cosmic and X-rays and high ultraviolet C, and all the grassy plants, because, of course, some of these events would create super fires, and the destruction of the ozone layer is much more damaging to grass than trees, right? So that all makes sense. And it also makes sense that an ozone hole, because I knew this being an oceanographer before I went into medicine in the 70s, that a very slight slip in the ozone hole would cause a major die of the benthic layer of the oceans. So this would be very easy to happen, and it could happen so quickly people wouldn't even notice it.
Yeah. What's very valuable about the model that you're setting out here, this is good science, because you're talking about testing theories and you're talking about bringing observable data into the equation here. You're not really talking about people hearing messages from ETs and abduction experiences.
Yeah, what I was told to do is present science. Yeah, I was told to present good science so people see. The Creator doesn't assault our intellect. The higher dimensional beings don't assault your intellect when you're moving forward spiritually. They respect your intellect. They provide you with evidence, and then they want you to also see the spiritual side of why these events are happening. In other words, we're not here blindly. We're here because we chose to be here, so we could learn something from this experience personally and corporately.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. It's a tough training course we're on here.
It is. We're in the ultimate Special Forces, spiritual, infinite, Luke Skywalker, Son of God kind of training course. That's what we're in.
That's a wonderful summary, Dr. Bill. I love it. Listen.
Yeah, you can paste that part in, but not the name of our scientist friend. Have him contact me if you have him or any other scientists, and please direct them to contact me. And if they want to be anonymous, that's fine. If they want to give a portion of data, the thing is we got to build this model, and we have to have a challenge, and we have to also have bring forth data that maybe in other countries, like in Europe or Australia or other countries, where they know that the chances of civilization surviving if we present the data is much higher than if we ignore it. And if people think, by the way, that they're just going to hide in these little underground layers and they're going to be safe, they're deluded. And I know this from my sources, that if they think they're going to hide in cities 1.5 to 3 or 4 miles below the ground, or off-world space platforms, and they're going to save their butts, forget it. If we don't come together as a civilization, not even a remnant of mankind is going to survive this. And they're not going to be able to hide down there like the Morlocks in The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. They're not going to survive. So they need to listen that these underground hotels will be their tombs if they don't listen. Yeah.
And you need to shake the tree so that these guys start to come out and start talking.
They are. I know. I can feel it in my spirit. They're already starting to say, I think Deagle's telling the truth. I don't know if I want to go down there. That's kind of scary. Here's how I went when I went to Falcon. They told us our guard was going to bring us through there. July 10th, 1994. He brought us down Garbage Dump Road, 18 miles east of Colorado Springs. I get to the area which is ringed by tactical missile system. He walks over to 1 of 24 bank of retinal scanners, and he takes me and the other doctor that was with me over to an elevator. He says, now hold the sides of the elevator. And I said, why? He says, you'll know in a second. And in a matter of about 10 seconds, we were literally weightless because we were falling so fast we were basically weightless. And then it slowed down real slow, and you could feel the weight coming back on your feet after about 1.5 to 2 minutes. So we were dropping a long way down. How far could you fall in about 2 minutes?
It's like a free-fall parachute jump. That's about 1.5 miles.
Right, it's a free-fall parachute jump, and you're holding the sidewalls of this thing, and then the thing is slowing down. That's what it was like. It was very smooth. It was like, and then it opened up like Star Trek, and the doors opened up. My stomach's still up about probably a mile above it. Okay, and I can tell you, even though it was bright and lit, and it was all the neat stuff in there, I could feel this kind of oppressive kind of claustrophobia. I'm not claustrophobic, okay? You can put me inside a little tiny thing like a CAT scanner, and I'm not claustrophobic at all, but I can feel this oppression of feeling like, ooh, if people think they're going to survive down in these things, like not for months, but maybe years or decades or centuries, they're crazy. And there's 2 of these cities in Russia they built that can hold almost 500,000 people each, just each of these cities in the Ural Mountains.
Right.
That's nuts. Human beings are not made to use artificial sunlight, live with nuclear reactors, and live inside a rock mountain after the Earth is destroyed.
Yeah, and if they're not crazy when they go in there, they'll be crazy by the time they come out.
It won't take long.
Yeah.
They'll make the ugliness of the physical and spiritual appearances of the Morlocks in the time machine look like they're beauty queens in a galactic contest for, the queen of the universe.
What you mean, like the Star Wars bar? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It'll be much. They'll make the Star Wars bar look like beauty queens. Let's put it that way.
That's a good deterrent factor. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a deterrent.
We don't want to do that.
And believe me, no amount of plastic surgery will fix it either.
Okay.
Anyway, I hope that levity helps a bit.
Dr.
So I'm glad you could record all of this. And if there's anything else come up, believe me, as soon as I say the Spirit moves me and I know it, I'll tell you.
Thanks a bunch.
But that model, I'm hoping, and I'm going to say a little prayer now. May the God of the universe bless all of his children of all colors and all sentient beings in this universe. May the Council of the Eschaton bless mankind. May all of his children know that this is to be a birthing place of a civilization and a people, not the place of death and destruction, not an abortuary for mankind, not a trash heap or a burnt cinder of a small rock floating around a yellow dwarf star, but a birthing place of a new sentient species that moves to become a being that can shine the light of creative intent on this sector of the galaxy and not be one of the great evil ones causing death and destruction and forcing its will upon other sentient beings. And may mankind rise to the occasion and not be destroyed in this time, and may religion be not an excuse for the killing or the dismembering or the poverty that they want to create or the economic chaos or the crushing of the power of intention to create what we all should be, of all skin colors, of all nations, of all peoples. And may religion be swept away by the revelation of what we are, and that our survival and our transcendence is dependent on that, not on technology, not on geopolitics, not on the galactic horde that saves us in spaceships, but on our transformation is the only thing that will allow us to survive.
Very good, Dr. Bill. Bless you for all of your work. Thank you so much. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning here in Europe, so I'm going to get some...
You need to get some shut-eye now that we put your adrenaline level through the ceiling.
I'm going to get some beauty sleep. And,
well, blessings, and I'm glad that you were so patient to do it at this hour.
Oh, no problem. For God's sake, this is what we're here for. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, as I say, the Spirit doesn't work on a time schedule. It has no punch clock.
That's true.
Well, take care and blessings to everyone. And
bye-bye, Dr. Bill.
You're welcome. Take care.
Bye.